Hey everybody, it's Sunday, so that means it's time for Unsealed, our weekly live show with me, Kate Dillon from CrateInsider, and Winning Motorsports Marketing and CrateInsider.com, all the things. And I'm here with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines, doing all the crate things.
Привет, добрый день.
Wow, and we're going rogue today. We're going rogue. And usually we start off this show, we talk about what we're drinking. So Steve, tell us what you're drinking here.
I'm drinking Stella Artois on draft.
Yep.
And then I guess we got a couple shots we got to do today, you know, because we're colluding with Russians.
We are indeed. We are. I am currently having
which is like the best vodka ever made, Russian standard.
Well, and for anybody who's listening, because this gets turned into a podcast. So we are drinking Russian Standard vodka, is
Correct.
what it's called. But you were saying Russian things when we were.
I did.
What did you
I
say?
said hello, good afternoon.
Okay. All right, cool. Well,
I will not speak in Russian the rest of the time that we're doing this. How's that?
Well, we might say Prost, y'all. But
Prost is German.
oh, that's German. I don't know.
Na zdrowie.
Oh. Okay, whatever. Anyway. I'm drinking a Bloody Mary made with Russian Standard, and it's Russian collusion is what I'm calling this Bloody Mary.
How was your day today, Kate?
You know,
I want to start the show off just by just getting this shit out of the way, because I show up here and you're just on this rampage, like, I'm pissed off at the world thing going on.
well, you know, I just try to be a normal, law-abiding American citizen. You know, just living in this country, just trying to have a little bit of joy every once in a while.
Right.
So you
didn't have no cops kneeling on your neck or anything today, though?
no,
Just to be clear.
No.
Almost.
No. but. So, for this entire pandemic, you know, for anybody who doesn't know this, you and I date, but we don't live together. But you're here.
Absolutely not. We'd kill each other.
You're here every day. Every single day during the pandemic, during the shutdown.
Pandemic, yeah. I mean, not so much now because we're in phase 2.
Right, but you've been here every day, which means that you're here, and so I don't feel like I could, you know, I feel like I need to kind of entertain or whatever. So one of the things that I love to do is go kayaking, and I haven't been kayaking all summer, all year. Whether it's been nice or not, because hell, I didn't even know.
Right.
So today, I was excited. I decided yesterday that I was going to go kayaking today. So this morning, I drag out. I mean, I've got an inflatable kayak. So I mean, make fun of me. I don't care. That's what I like. So I drag out my inflatable kayak, and I got my life vest, and I've got my pumps, and I need to stop and get batteries. And I mean, I load up my whole car with all of the kayaking things. And I drive the 30 minutes to make it up to Lake Hadger. And I get up there. And I'm like, there's all this land that I can see on the lake. The lake's gone.
Right.
I don't know what happened. So I was like, okay, all right, well, it sucks that I can't kayak.
Well, they decided to, like, drain the lake to, like, work on some
Well, I
dam
didn't
or
know
some
this
shit.
yet.
Right.
I mean, I'm taking you through my day. You ask about my day, so I'm telling you.
I just don't want it to
through
be, like, a half an hour of our hour and a half.
Well, I'll make it
thing.
faster then. Okay. So then I was like, oh, to hell. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll fly my drone. I brought my drone with me. So I thought, well, I'll fly my drone. At least I'll have a little bit of fun while I'm here because I'm not going to go out in the lake. I'm landing my drone, and then the Department of Natural Resources sheriff guy rolls up, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing good. And he's like, yeah, so who gave you permission to fly your drone here? I'm like, what? So apparently it's basically illegal to fly a drone on any state-owned property in the entire state of North Carolina, and it's also illegal to launch or land a drone on any private property unless you have specific permission from the property owner.
Yeah, so you're like a lawbreaker.
Basically, you know, here we are, first in flight in North Carolina, where Orville, we wouldn't even have airplanes if North Carolina was as ridiculous today as they were 100 years ago. So here I am, just trying to have a good day. I'm breaking the law. I could have gotten thousands of dollars in fines. I'm lucky he didn't take my $1,000+ drone away from me. And now I'm not very happy about that. Oh, and so then I'm on my way home, and I'm going to stop by the winery. I was like, hell, you know, usually I would go to the lake, and then I'd maybe stop by the winery on my way home and have a glass of wine. Can't do that.
Because phase 2.
I'm so over it.
You know, never ending phase 2.
Oh, and it's not going to end because the Karens of the world, their names are Rhonda, Becky, I don't know. There's a whole pile of
All
them.
the people that gave you shit on Facebook and
Twitter.
today.
Yep. All right, so with that,
Yeah.
we've decided, well, you know what? We're going to do a little bit of a shout out here to my buddy James from Pop's Pickles.
There we go.
Who sells pickles at Cherokee Speedway.
Yep.
Because
and
that's
badass pickles, by the way.
They're
if
so
you,
good.
If you like pickles.
Yep, so Pop's Pickles, these are going to be the dill pickles, because I asked you about pickles, and you're like, the only way I'm going to eat pickles if they're with vodka. So guess what? And then you're like, this vodka isn't cold enough. So I have ice, a shaker, I have vodka.
No, if I got pickles, I don't need ice, so I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Correct.
we're going to do shots on the show today.
Are we?
I have,
All
yeah,
right.
we are.
Damn.
I have my Texas Lone Star State. It reminds me of just a modicum of freedom that probably happens in this world.
Texas, come and take it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there's that.
All right, so you're pouring
Yeah.
the shots. And
We have shots of vodka now.
If we're gonna do this true Russian style, here's your pickle.
I mean, I'm gonna get a fat pickle.
You're gonna get a fat pickle.
I'm not gonna have like a skinny pickle. I mean, go big or go home.
All right, this is actually, I've spent a lot of time in Eastern Europe, and this is actually the correct way to drink vodka. So, let's rub you.
Well, can you tell us what we're gonna do here? I mean, do you eat the pickle?
We're gonna take the shot, eat the pickle.
Take the shot, eat the pickle.
Correct.
This is almost like 2 shots. Woo!
So what does that do? That makes the vodka go down that much smoother. Because the pickle actually kills a lot of that burn that goes down. So.
Well, it's not my.
We can do these all night.
Yeah, it's not my first
Because we
day
got
with
like
vodka.
an assload of freaking pickles.
Remember, we're
So,
trying to
you
not
get-
swear. I made it through my whole diatribe without swearing. Just,
You did, actually.
Just FYI.
I'm impressed.
Is my laptop plugged in?
I don't
Are we
know,
gonna have tech issues? That wouldn't
Are you going to
surprise
have
me.
tech issues already?
I mean, I brought the cord over there. Is it actually plugged into the?
I don't freaking know.
Well, you're closer, so
The cord is plugged in. Well, this one's not, though.
yeah. So we could plug that into the power strip, then I'll get power on the because we can see people are joining us, but
We can't see any questions.
well, we can't see questions because they come flying apart.
We are ultimately here to answer questions. We're just going to rampage around a little bit tonight and bitch about certain things like Ace Speedway getting screwed over by the North Carolina government this week. Because Governor Cooper is, I guess, everybody's daddy.
No, this is just
He's like a Karen daddy.
at this point, it's just really just a display of power, is what this is, and it's a flagrant misuse of power, because East Speedway has really been brilliant in how they've handled this.
Correct.
They first said, "Hey, you don't really have jurisdiction to tell us we can't run our business." So then Cooper said, "Oh no, you can't open." So last weekend, East Speedway says, "Hey, we're not really open for racing. We're here having a peaceful protest because, Governor, if you can run around and you can take off your mask
And march with
Black Lives Matter,
yeah.
then we can have a race." But Ace Speedway, they were brilliant. They had Mark Robinson speak in front of these Republican candidates
Yeah,
for
correct.
lieutenant governor.
So,
happens to be black.
Yeah. Anybody here in the state of North Carolina, make sure you vote for Dan Forrest and Mark Robinson.
Yes, that's who we're
Come
really
November.
voting for.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's just our opinion, of course, because we may have some some more left-wing friends of ours who don't agree with us, but we're just stating our opinions.
Well, and really what it comes down to, people a lot of times ask me, how can I possibly, I'm in a lot of liberal groups, and they can ask me, how can you possibly vote the way you do? How can you possibly be a Trump voter? And
Right.
my answer
I
to
get asked that all the time because I'm from California, and all my friends out in California are like,
honestly, it comes down
"You're
to
a
one
racist
thing.
piece of shit," and really, no, I'm not.
I'm not racist. We do talk about systemic racism. That's conversations that you and I have.
You and I have these
argue with.
conversations all the time, and
We
we'll
do.
argue over it because I don't believe in certain things that you believe in, but because I haven't experienced that in my life. But
Well, I don't know. I'm going to ask you right now. Do you believe in the BS drone laws that we have in the state of North Carolina?
I do not. No.
Because right now, I am on the warpath. I think these laws were made in 2015 when all the Karens of the world were like, oh my God, people are going to get drones and they're going to peek in my windows and they're going to see me naked. Okay, you know what? I don't think you should use a drone to spy.
No.
I don't think you should use anything, any piece of technology.
Most people using drones are not spying on anybody else. It's just, it's kind of a fun thing. You like fly it up there and take a few pictures. I mean, you use them at racetracks all the time to take. Matter of fact, you took like a badass picture of Gaffney last weekend.
I did, but also in racetrack situations, it just as a matter of course, I don't fly it over the crowd.
Correct.
I actually don't fly it in front of race cars.
Right. And there are FAA laws you have to abide by anyway.
If we were too close to an airport, so I have to have my drone in sight and stuff. So I do abide by all of that. I'm just not going to be a jerk about it.
Correct.
But I also always ask for permission. You've seen me do it up in Pennsylvania, where I've asked, Matt Miley and Vicky Emick both. I mean, they said, well, it was basically mommy and daddy. So Matt said, Matt's like, well, if I don't know if Vicky's gonna be okay with you flying it, and I was like, so I asked her. She's like, well, that's okay with me, but I don't know if Matt's gonna let you. And so they both said okay, as long as the other one said okay. So,
it was all good, and it wasn't during a Lucas Oil race.
Right.
The next night, because you flew it the first night.
All I was trying to do was just get a little bit of footage, just to kind of set a scene. I wasn't really trying to film a race. I'm just trying to get a couple of shots, which, that hard drive decided to die on me, and I've learned about backups and servers.
Yeah, there's that.
It's been a day. So when you showed up here, and
you were pretty pissed off.
I was like, I'm in the bathtub right now.
Yeah, I'm like hollering up the stairs at you, like, hey, how's your day? It's been total shit.
Like, have you seen my Facebook post? I'm taking a bath right now.
Don't come up here. I'm in the bathtub. I'm like, okay.
Then you had to scoff at me like, hey, you feeling relaxed now? Yeah. Steve Hendren. Yeah. It's like, save it for the show. So, should we give any airtime to NASCAR on this show? Oops.
No, I think it's like a interesting topic actually. NASCAR, to me, this week completely stepped on their dicks and banned the whole rebel flag thing at NASCAR events. And, I mean, to me personally, I don't care. I mean, that's why I got that tattoo right there. That is the American flag wrapped in a bald eagle. And the reason I do is because I'm on the winning team, not the losing team. So I don't fly the flag, but, like, it's very ingrained in the South in racing. And to most people, it doesn't mean what the mainstream media wants it to be perceived as.
Well, that's the interesting thing.
I mean, I've got friends of mine right now who are like, I'm never going to another NASCAR race, that's it. So what I think you saw is the death of NASCAR.
Well, honestly, I think they've been reaching for a while. So they had the Carve Tomorrow in 2007, 2008, where the car tomorrow looked like a joke. Drivers hated it.
It's been a joke since Earnhardt died. I'm sorry.
It really has, and we all know that date now is February 18th of 2001.
Correct.
And it's sad, and it has been a decline. You have an aging demographic base, and then you're trying to be relevant to a new base.
You're trying to be relevant by taking an aging NASCAR base, which I became a NASCAR fan when I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
And my favorite NASCAR driver is Bobby Allison. Always has been, always will be. That's it. I mean, to me, that's like the best race car driver ever to live.
Right.
And now you're pushing these kids on us who mommy and daddy have a few bucks, and that's why they're racing.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that for a minute, because here's the reality, is that you can be any kid in any school, and if you are incredibly talented when it comes to basketball or football or soccer, baseball,
sport, yeah.
I would say probably the biggest ones would be football, basketball, and baseball.
Correct.
If you're incredibly talented, it doesn't matter if your parents have money or don't have money, if you've got a great school or a not great school.
You can potentially go someplace.
You can end up in the big leagues. It's all going to come down to talent.
Look at a great example is Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, I watched that whole documentary series.
I did too.
Yeah.
But he's a great example of where you can come from nothing and be something, but then you fuck everything up because you're an idiot.
Well, let's try not to swear.
Screw everything up because you can be, because you're an idiot. But still, Here's somebody who came from nothing and became something.
But let's talk about the reality of NASCAR and how it changed over the years. It changed from having super personalities, the Richard Pettys, the Cale Yarboroughs, Bobby Allisons, Dale Earnhardt, of course, and
correct.
Ernie Irvan. You had Harry Gant.
Harry Gant was huge.
I mean, Harry Gant,
and who you helped.
Yeah, Morgan Shepherd. Yeah,
Morgan Shepherd was a big personality in NASCAR for a long time.
I still remember Harry Gant with his.
And you've got some.
Go ahead.
You got some like badass behind the scenes stories with Morgan Shepherd.
I do.
I'm not going to bring him up on here because I don't want to embarrass Morgan, because he's a legacy guy.
Morgan's great. But yeah, I do know some behind the scenes stories.
There's some shit there.
I used to house sit for him when he'd be out of town.
Right.
And some of the longer races.
So like we like you and I know a lot of these guys personally.
Yeah.
And
for sure. Yeah, my dad worked for Morgan for a long time.
Correct.
Well, but the point being is that you had a lot of personality, and somehow we wanted to bring corporate money in. So you had a bunch of Ken dolls that aren't supposed to say anything untoward about anything and have any personality.
And it drove these guys out.
And it drove those guys out. But then on top of it, then you want no personality, no points of view.
Correct.
Which means if you're nothing but white bread, you're nothing. If to attract, and a good brand will attract and repel.
What did Morgan tell you and your dad back in the day, like when he'd been out of it for like quite a while and he got behind the wheel of a car? What did he tell you?
He's like, oh my God, this is like a Cadillac. He's like, I cannot believe how easy these new cars are to drive.
Correct. Yeah, anybody can drive them.
Yeah, pretty much. So what that means is, what we're really trying to say is you don't go through the ranks. I mean, you're like Formula One. I mean, I love that series.
F1's like, I mean, beyond a doubt. Like
I love that series where it really shows how you're like in the go-kart version, in F4 or whatever.
Actually, if you want to watch a really good series, watch that Drive to Survive on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing the things these guys go through to get to that level. I mean, if you're talking like the pinnacle of motorsports, F1 is it.
It really is. And it shows how you go through
I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I'll watch a circle track race before I'll watch an F1 race, but, well, I'm no longer going to watch NASCAR, but, well, I haven't actually watched NASCAR since 1995. So, there's that.
So with F1, you start off like an F4 or whatever, in like the go-kart divisions, and then you move up to F3 and F2, and then you get a chance at F1.
Correct.
It's all earned. It's not about how much money you bring to the table. Now, with the exception of once you're in F1, and it's a choice from between one driver or another, a driver that has a lot of sponsors, I mean, you can still buy your way into F1, but every ride is bought in NASCAR.
Well, everything
today.
NASCAR nowadays
everything
it's all bought.
is Rich Daddy. It's not about talent anymore. It is 100% about Rich Daddy that gets you there. And so it's hard to have respect for that.
Well, that's the problem I have is like a longtime NASCAR fan is you're never going to have another Harry Gant. You're never going to have another dude who makes it to NASCAR at like 44 or 45 years old. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen. Because if you're not in NASCAR nowadays and how this shit's going forward, by the time you're 21, you're a washed up piece of crap.
Well, and here's what's interesting to me. So they could just be so out of touch. I feel like just like our politicians are so out of touch with their base.
Correct.
So out of touch. I mean, to think that I'm going to try not to be political here, but they just have no concept of what money means.
Anyways, back to the whole NASCAR thing that happened this week. The whole
banning the Confederate flag, banning the rebel flag, or whatever we want to call it.
I mean,
the stars and bars. I'm going to tell you.
Ultimately, I don't care. It means nothing to me. But you know what? To a lot of people, it does. And to a lot of people, that's their fan base.
Yeah.
And if they're going to ban that from like being at a racetrack, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens the next time a NASCAR race is run with any kind of fans anywhere. Well, because you know what's going to happen? Every son of a bitch out there is going to have a damn rebel flag.
Now, did they have fans in the stands at Martinsville today?
I didn't watch the race because I don't care. I don't like NASCAR.
No, but people are going all to hell on Facebook today about that they didn't show the prayer or the national anthem. Now, of course, NASCAR is making the excuse that yesterday it was a weather issue. I don't know what their excuse is today.
I don't know. I just don't watch the shit anymore because it's like, to me, it's like boring as hell.
Well, I agree. But I do feel bad for my Southern friends. Friends because
like I said, I got my buddy.
You might as well have taken their biscuits away.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Take a freaking Hardee's biscuit away from a Southerner, and look what happens.
I mean, biscuits are like a science here. I mean, you took their Duke's mayonnaise away. Telling you.
How did I did?
Not you.
Oh,
NASCAR.
Okay.
I mean, there are things about the South. Being a non-Southerner who lives in the South.
And me too. I'm not a
You're a non-Southerner, but live in the South.
But I've lived here 25 years. So.
And there are certain things that are sacred to some people.
Correct.
Biscuits? I mean, there's no bringing my baking flour biscuits that my mom made those, like those little discs of death, whatever.
No.
That would be, I would be
horrible.
killed in the South.
Correct.
I still do make my deviled eggs with Miracle Whip because I grew up in Iowa. But my Southern friends won't eat them because they didn't use Duke's mayonnaise, because it's like a cult tradition here, and
it completely is.
And then there's the.
But you know what's
Stars and
funny?
Bars.
When you do make the whole deviled egg thing for our friends here,
they don't know.
And they don't know that you use the what's that shit
Miracle
called?
Whip.
Miracle Whip.
They don't know because I put the other seasoning on top of it, so they don't really know.
And our good friend Rodney.
Yeah.
Who's like DJ Cool Breeze?
Rodney's awesome.
He will eat the crap out of your damn deviled eggs, and he has no clue. It's Miracle Whip.
Yeah. You know what? I could probably put up a sign that one said Duke's on it and one said Miracle Whip deviled eggs, and like the Duke's ones would be gone and people wouldn't know the difference. But
and Rodney is our good friend who is not white.
No, he's black. We're having your birthday party.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely hilarious.
It is hilarious. Everybody likes.
But Rodney will tear those damn deviled eggs up. Man.
Yeah, everybody likes my deviled eggs. I'm known for two things in this world. It's deviled eggs and Bloody Marys.
All right.
Those are my things.
So you got any questions or anything or?
Oh, Jerry says, "Hey, love your show and thanks Steve so much for the help."
Yep.
Mike Swear says, I thought Kyle Larson got in off a lot of talent. Yeah, but I'm sure he brought money too.
Kyle Larson, yeah, I mean he's a California boy, so he probably, I don't know. I could write a book about my experience with NASCAR. I mean, I started racing NASCAR stuff when I was 16 years old in 1986 or 87, and I was on the inside of some stuff because of how I performed back then, and
just get to the chase. You could have been a NASCAR star if you'd brought enough sponsorship.
If I brought enough money to the table, yeah, absolutely.
That's what it came down to.
Because they essentially called me to the main office, and it was, yeah, it was effed up deal. Notice that I said effed up.
Good job.
But they basically used back in my day. I mean, I'll be friggin' 50 in October, but so I'm gonna say 25 years ago. Back in those days, they used us up, meaning the younger racers, and they used us up for their own gain, not ours.
Well, not only did you have to bring so much sponsorship money to the table, but when you had a potential sponsor, they ended up stealing them from you too.
Well, that's what it ended up happening. So if you brought, I don't know, whatever Lando
We're uncensored here.
If you brought
Own it.
If you brought Lando Lake's butter to the table,
did you bring Lando Lake's butter to the table?
I did not. No, because I was not skilled enough in knowing how to do that. But if you did, for instance, NASCAR would steal them from the driver. And that would be like the Lando Lake's Butter 500 at wherever. That's what they did. And it was nothing but a political
bullshit
deal.
Okay, well, there's an upside to all this, too. Do you know that there were record crowds at both Cherokee Speedway and at Smoky Mountain this weekend for the Lucas Oil shows?
Awesome.
Yep. I'm sporting today. I'm sporting my new Lucas Oil tank top.
On.
Yep, I do. Lucas Oil. I think those guys do a great job. That place, I was there on Saturday night,
Yep.
and it was packed.
Awesome.
It was so packed.
Yeah.
Out
there spreading the COVID.
Just,
according to Governor Cooper in North Carolina.
It's COVID when it's convenient. It's COVID
Exactly.
when it's convenient.
Yeah, I mean, you can go out and like protest and riot and like tear shit up and like destroy small businesses, and it's all good.
But you try to fly a drone, or you try to have a party, it's against the law.
Or you try to like go to a racetrack and it's against the law. So
it's interesting. Reopen NC just had a protest today. Now they couldn't do it at a speedway, so they did it at Davis Trucking,
Correct.
very, very close by. They're raising some money because, of course, Cooper's taking him to court. I mean, what a dick move. Sorry, but that Cooper.
Oh my God, you said dick.
I did. It's just such an overreach of power. It's so disturbing to me. It hurts me. I mean, it just truly hurts me.
Right.
That we have the governor coming out and saying, it's not the governor, it's the health department or whatever the heck, and saying that they need to have like a comprehensive plan to reopen. And they need to make a statement by Tuesday of this week, that they had to make a statement by 5 o'clock that they're not going to race until after the 22nd. Well,
like
guess what?
Like 1 day notice.
Well, they say that, and because they know that Ace Speedway's next race is scheduled for the 19th.
But in the meantime, all these other racetracks in North Carolina raced.
Yeah, they just weren't as vocal about it.
No.
So yeah. Ken's asking if we want to share. Ken, if you want to join us for a shot of vodka, you're welcome to share with us.
And please post the photo.
Yeah, and there's always, by the way, I may not ever have like tequila here, but there is always vodka in numerous flavors, and
You know me,
people give me vodka.
I like vodka,
and I buy vodka, so it's like there's always vodka here.
Yep.
Always vodka here.
And I like vodka. So
I'm gonna have to do a video with a tour of my vodka shelf.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
even a liquor shelf.
Yeah,
it's
not even a liquor shelf. It's a vodka shelf.
a vodka shelf.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah. Ken's dropping in some drone resources here. Ted says the points deal ruined it for him. Ted's a good friend of Vicky Emings, by the way.
Oh yeah, in NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR.
That's when I stopped watching.
Yep.
Honestly, when they changed the whole points to the chase and all that bullshit, that's when I literally. I mean, I stopped watching before that, but I stopped really being interested right then.
Yeah. Cameron says asphalt is to get to the dirt track.
This is true.
I mean, I'm going to be honest.
I will agree with you 1,000% on that.
Okay, so I'm a little more egalitarian on this whole deal because we have a lot of our customers that race asphalt, that use crate engines. So to me, I'm a far more an equal opportunity person. I'd actually like to get a lot more asphalt parts on the website. Right now, we've really put a focus on the street stocks is really what we've done there.
And I agree with him 100%
like
that asphalts are getting to the racetrack.
Oh my gosh, and my friend Andrew is here. And I'm going to tell you about friend Andrew Garris from
Oh,
GoFab.
good Lord. Yeah.
For a moment there.
Right there. I actually got the shit on that.
And, and Andy is saying he is offering to host the show on his big deck. Because I'm going to tell you right now that Andrew has
the biggest deck I've ever seen.
By the way, we are talking about a deck on a house.
A what? A what?
A deck.
A what?
Deck. I mean, I hope somebody's joining right now thinking I'm chanting something untoward. But Andy and I had the best time the other night saying,
now, his girlfriend might disagree. Brienne might be like, it's like a medium deck.
I don't know. I can't imagine that she's seen a bigger deck than that before. I have never seen a deck that big.
I mean, it could be the largest deck she's ever seen.
It could be. And it's the largest deck I've ever seen. We're going to have to do a tour of Andy's deck.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we need to do a tour of Andy's deck.
So anyway, Andy's closing on Monday, and we'll have his... That deck will truly be his at that point.
Yeah,
So
he will have like the ultimate deck.
Yep, I just have a patio. I don't even have a deck.
I know. Yeah, we're like out here on the patio.
But I have a gazebo. I have a covering. Yeah.
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 So
all right.
So you got like a little deck.
I don't have a deck at all. I have a patio. No. I have a landing spot.
No, you have a little deck.
Please stop talking about yourself like that. What would people think of me?
Hey.
All right, Cameron says I should move to Florida. So, or we should move to Florida.
Well, the RNC is, so there you go.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Woo! Alrighty, let's see. Oh, Michael says, thank you, Kate, for the quick delivery. I ordered an air filter and oil treatment on Friday. Had it in time to practice with Saturday.
There we go. Perfect.
Awesome. I'd like to hear that.
And who ships for you?
You are the shipping guy.
Right here.
You may not have the biggest deck of anyone I know, but you do my shipping, and
Hey,
I'm grateful.
I do all the shipping. I'm a big shipper.
You get ship done.
I get shipped done.
All right, Jerry says, hey, we are right about what's going on here in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott's like, it does sound funny when you say it, that we're talking about decks.
Oh, the decks.
Yep. Cameron thinks we started out PG and just jumped to RX.
Oh, no.
No.
We're talking about decks, not
like DECK.
not the other D
But
word.
RX would be like a prescription, you know? And
So it's like a prescription for decks?
I don't know, but I'm also I'm reminded of the cowbell. I've got a prescription, and
Life needs more cowbell. I will be honest.
do you know that there is a cowbell upstairs in my office inside of my Wonder Woman lunchbox?
I do know that there is inside your Wonder Woman lunchbox.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys, go ahead and ask us some questions. Oh, and Camera likes that we were having fun with the word ship. We're having fun with words today. Yes.
It's like fun with words because we're trying to keep Kate up, motivated, like in a good mood. Because when I got here, she was like all just ragingly pissed off, and you do not want to be around her when she's ragingly pissed off.
Well, I mean, I was so mad I was ready to run for house like North Carolina House
Exactly.
seat or North
Yeah,
Carolina Senate seat.
You're like ready. You're like, what's it gonna take for me to run for freaking?
I don't know. I mean, I think my campaign slogan would be, I don't want this job, but nobody else is doing it, so I've stepped up.
Exactly.
That's my campaign slogan right there. Yeah, pretty bad.
There's that.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, ask your questions. Oh, you know what? We could go ahead and talk about the YouTube comments.
Oh yeah, do those. That'd be awesome.
You know how celebrities read mean tweets? Well,
Yeah,
we're
this
gonna
is like
we're
awesome.
gonna read asshole YouTube comments.
Yeah,
I don't even
asshole
care,
YouTube
really.
comments.
Yep,
Pretty hilarious.
that's where we're going. So, let's see. We have okay, so this goes way back to my
Probably one of our first deals.
No, this is 2019.
Oh, this is your deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is mine.
Yeah.
This is mine. So, I got the message. So, if anybody doesn't know, I do every year. We haven't done it yet for 2020, but
Right.
you come out with your Hendren
My
recommendation
sheet. Yeah.
sheet for 602s and for 604s.
Correct.
And as a result, for CrateInsider,
And I did my 604. I have not done the 602 yet.
but I haven't done the video yet. So I normally do a video where I lay out all the products that you talk about, and I kind of read some sections because it ends up being a 20-minute video. It's not my typical 3 to
it's
6
not an
minutes
easy
long.
deal. No.
And in some cases, I read portions of it because you're very Steve Hendren when you're delivering this information.
Correct.
So sometimes there are phrases like, yeah, if you decide to run your rev limiter or like take out your rev limiter chip and you go into valve float, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I usually just read those sections so that I'm not the one saying a person's an idiot. I let that be Steve's words. So that's just my preface to this comment, where Brandon Keller decided to say, yeah, I'd rather someone who knows what they're saying means tell me this information. This girl has to read a cheat sheet. LMFAO. And she's not even hot. No titties out, nothing. Why is she reading this? So Brandon, I'm going to apologize to you. Well, I'm not. Because you know what? I'm here to give the information. I'm not here to have my titties out, but I apologize that I am not hot enough for you. So,
And Brandon, you're a fucktard.
yeah, there you
I'll
go.
allow that.
Okay.
I'll be at Gaffney next week, so if you want to come talk to me about me calling you a fucktard, feel free to come there.
There we go. All right. Our next one is, because I do like these mean tweet things.
Right.
They're really fun.
It's pretty funny.
Okay, so this is coming. We have 3 comments.
3 comments.
3 comments from one
What?
person on the same video.
My God.
So apparently we just got them all riled up. And the name of that account is The Truth About Africa Hurts.
Okay.
So the truth about Africa hurts.
So he's a racist, basically.
I have no idea.
Probably.
So they have no videos and no followers, nothing.
Oh
but,
yeah, he's probably just a random racist
keyboard warrior.
Douchebag.
So the keyboard warrior, they decided a few weeks ago on Unsealed or sometime during Unsealed, we have talked about aviation fuel.
Right. Yeah, I remember actually talking about that.
Right. So we put out that little section of video out there.
Correct.
So I'm gonna
talking about how like it doesn't work because
for a crate engine.
For a crate engine at sea level, or like nobody's racing at 35,000 feet.
Right, which is what aviation gas is meant for.
Which is what
it's a little dry.
It's meant for altitude.
Yep.
And that's why it doesn't produce BTUs.
Right.
So
it's just not going to create power. But the truth about Africa
because
hurts.
That's normal. That's normal standard. I don't know, grade school science.
I don't know, but the truth about Africa hurts knows more about this than you do.
Okay. What do you say?
Because he said 2 morons who didn't finish high school. Well, the truth about Africa, I actually have a bachelor's degree. Just saying. Okay, so the truth about Africa
did finish
hurts
high school.
Commented 35,000 feet. Ha 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 ha. Right. And then the truth about Africa hurts commented, the fact that you don't know how to tune does not condemn avgas.
Yep, I know nothing.
So apparently, you know what? The truth about Africa...
I don't own a dyno or anything. I'm just randomly, like, you know...
Well, I mean, I just want to personally
I just pull this shit out of my ass.
I'm going to extend the invitation that if the truth about Africa would like to be a guest on our show at any time, the truth about Africa, I invite you to be a guest on our show. Since you clearly know more than us morons over on this side who run this company.
We know nothing.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
I've never had anything to do with a race car in my life, so...
Okay, so
and I'm just randomly like giving bad information to people.
All right, so here we go. We got some comments now. And Curtis McPeak says, Russ Appleton says, Steve is the Grand Master of horsepower. Is Grand Master? I don't think that's a good thing to be right now, is it? Is that like a clan thing?
It might be.
Right, it might be. But you're going to be the Grand Master of horsepower.
But I get what they're saying, but no, I'm not.
Okay, so
I just know what I know.
Cameron says that Brandon can kiss his ass for calling me not hot.
Right, exactly.
So thank you, Cameron. I knew you guys would have my back for sure. Ken says he loves Cherokee. Mike says I changed my valve springs, had 70-ish races on them.
Congratulations for your first time for changing your valve springs. Because you know what? If you'll go like read one of my, what was that whole deal I did?
Oh my God!
Called?
Like which one?
The little valve spring versus like the great valve spring thing. Like if you go like to
a tale of 2 valve springs.
The tale of 2 valve springs. If you go to that, that's going to tell you everything you need to know about valve springs.
You know what? We might have to pour vodka into the pickle juice.
No, we ain't doing that. That's just nasty.
No?
Just do the shot, eat the pickle.
I'm good. All right. More comments. Cameron says, we all have your back. I know that. You guys are awesome. All right, Bob says, very fast track. Talking about Cherokee.
Yep.
Replying to Mike, would you want them back to rate them? If not, thanks for saving the new ones.
You know what would be hilarious, actually? If you would actually send those to us, if you'll send those to Kate, I'll rate them, and I'll do a video on it compared to brand new valve springs out of the box. And I will blow everybody's mind what happens here. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, if you'll send them to Kate, I will rate those live on video. We can go live and do the shit.
We can.
And I will show you how they rate compared to like brand new GM springs out of the box.
Well, that should be interesting. A little bit boring.
No, it'll be like a little bit exciting. Because then it would like totally blow away. Who's those hacks that do the whole 84-pound spring thing?
Oh, we don't talk bad about other people.
No, I do. Who are they?
Killer Crate.
Oh, Killer Crate. Yeah, that whole bullshit fucking place. So, anyways. So, yeah, like, if you've got those springs, if you'll send them to me, I will make a video and show why Killer Crates is completely wrong about their 84-pound valve springs, like, winning races Because, you need those versus like 82-pound valve springs.
Okay.
It's just total bullshit.
Well, I know that, and you know that.
I know.
Okay.
Well, not everybody else out there knows that. That's the whole thing. That's why I actually made that post.
No, I know that. I know that.
So.
But that doesn't necessarily mean, valve springs can wear out. And at some point you should change them, especially if they're different.
Spring steel wears out, and you absolutely have to replace them at some point. Mm-hmm. But if you'll send those, I will show you what the difference is between that and a new spring.
All right.
And that'll be fun.
I agree. All right, so Cameron says Crate Insider is the smart channel. I appreciate that.
She is, actually.
Andrew says, Kate, are those the pickles we had you try at Cherokee? Yes and no. So these are Pop's pickles from Cherokee, but you guys had me try the jalapeno ones. And, okay, so I got to tell you what happened. So we're standing
You
there.
don't like hot stuff, I know.
I don't, because I grew up in Iowa. So I have no capacity for hot things. And so James from Pop's Pickles comes by, and Brie wants to get an order of the pickles that are jalapeno pickles. She said, well, now they're kind of hot. They kind of got a little bite to them, but, they're really good. I mean, they actually have a lot of flavor, so try them. So I try a bite, and I'm biting down on it, and I'm chewing it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And all of a sudden, it got super hot. And I was like, oh, my God, that just exploded in my mouth. I know you're looking at me, but those were my exact words. I am just repeating the experience. So, Andrew, they are Pop's Pickles, but these are just the dill version. They're not the jalapeno version because I couldn't even finish one of those. Yes. All right.
They exploded in my mouth.
They did.
Oh my
You have
God.
no idea. You even tried these jalapeno pickles. It was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, chomping down. I'm like, ooh, it's a pickle, it's a pickle. It's like, oh my God! And it just, boom! Like, in my mouth.
Yeah.
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 And I know exactly what I just said, and I'm still going to roll with it. I'm going to defend it.
Just own it.
I'm going to own it. I am so owning that. All right. All right, we do have a question here. So Ted asks, do you feel the rocker arms on the 602 would be the same story as the valve springs?
In what sense? I don't understand.
Do you feel the rocker arms on the 602 would be the same story as the valve springs?
As far as like replaceability, like replacing them?
probably
No,
replacing-
no, I don't, because there's not enough spring pressure, not enough valve lift, and everything else to justify replacing those. If that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, we won't really replace those. Oh, and my personal assistant, who is the best person in the whole world, Tori, says, I've seen her straight out of bed with a cold, and she's still hot. I really didn't need the personal validation. I mean, but thank you.
You're like talking about how hot Tori is right now.
Tori's freaking hot, but she's saying that I'm hot. That I'm just not going to be bothered by some. I don't have good words. I don't have nice words to say about the dumb
So
guy.
how'd you end up with a hot assistant?
I put a notice out to Facebook, the Facebook world.
I need a hot assistant? Is that what
No,
happened?
I need a really nice, competent. Tori just happens to be super smoking hot. She just doesn't mean
Okay,
to be. She's
so-
she's awesome in everything that she does.
So you accidentally stumbled across like the hot assistant.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
That,
And she
that
works
makes
for me.
sense. Makes total sense.
And she works for me, and nothing but love here.
Right,
I
makes
am
total sense.
the luckiest person in the world
Exactly.
to have an awesome assistant who just happens to be hot.
Right, there you go.
So she's super cool. So she's great. Oh, let's see. So Ken asks, match springs or a fresh box? Like, what do you suggest? We've talked about this a lot. I mean, the truth is, there's tons of variation, but you can go ahead and do your thing.
It never hurts to have match springs, but is it going to help? It's not the difference between winning and losing. I'll put it that way.
Well, it's not the difference between 10th and 1st.
No,
but if
correct.
you've got, but we've had quite a few springs that we've thrown to the side that are going to become part of my chest set.
I mean, if we're talking 602s, yeah, there's plenty of garbage springs out there.
Yes.
But like, if we're talking, 525 and 604, which uses the same exact spring.
The beehives.
For the most part,
Beehives are pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty consistent. I mean, you'll see variance in them when they're new, but like once they've run one time, there's not a lot of variance.
But the 602 springs are.
602 springs are back like the 604 springs were, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Just horrible. So, yeah, I mean, the match set for the price you're paying for them, if you're not like paying,
If you're buying.
what's the name of that stupid place?
Oh my God. Killer Crate.
Killer Crate. Yeah, if you're not paying Killer Crate price, if you're paying like $99 or something like that, you're fine. Just do not pay the
what is it, $200?
$244. I don't know. It's like some stupid shit. So don't do that.
All right, so we got Christopher here from Monterey, California. So hey, Christopher, to you on the other coast.
It's like across the bay from
on the
where I used to live.
left coast. Yes,
Yeah.
I bet you guys have an awesome aquarium. I'm not usually a big aquarium fan, but the Monterey Bay Aquarium
it is probably the best aquarium in the United States.
It really,
honestly,
it really is. I've been, and I've been to lots of them.
Yep.
I think my favorites are the Baltimore Aquarium and in New Orleans, but my very favorite is Monterey Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like amazing. It's like right down there in Cannery Row, and like there's a lot of history down there. So.
Amazing. Let's see. Jay says hello. So hey, Jay. Tori said we need to stop because she's blushing at this point.
I've never known Tori to blush.
She's adorable when she blushes. She's adorable no matter what. So Jerry says, hey, Kate, love your show. You and Steve are awesome. Love all the info. So Jerry's, I'm noticing that he's got the stars and bars as his profile pic.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that. Like I said,
Yeah.
if you want to fly that shit, fly it.
You do
You do you. I've got no problem with that.
Well, and I just feel really sad for my southern friends.
I'm not going to.
You know,
Just because I'm not going to.
there's only one flag in my office that there's about 15 replicas of, and that's a checkered flag.
You know what's great to live in America? Do what the hell you want to do. Live how you want to live. And...
Well, that would be great. Except we live in North Carolina where you can't even fly a drone. Just saying. Okay.
That was like your day.
It's my day. It's my day. Ken was talking about 602 Springs. So, yeah. Ken, go with the match set on those.
I mean, for me, I would. And match doesn't mean, like, these other assholes are trying to scam people out of their money by saying that you have to have this in order to win. You don't.
The biggest difference is that when you've got matched, that you know that they're all within line of each other.
Correct.
It's not about having the biggest.
And you have a video on that with Don Black.
I do, and Don is brilliant when it comes to this stuff. I gotta put lipstick on, otherwise it doesn't look like I have any lips on.
Oh, gotcha.
I look dead.
All right, so do that.
That's why it looks like I'm actually saying words. And we have a special guest here. Is that Pippi or Boo Boo?
That's Boo Boo, no collar, right?
No, Pippi
Pippi.
has no collar.
Yeah.
Pippi decided
He's
to take
like
off his
sleeping
collar.
over there. So.
Is he? Okay. Well, it's good because he's normally a terrorist. He has knocked literally all of the accessories off of my shelf at this point. I need to make a Pippi video just showing how he terrorizes me in the office on a daily basis. Pippi is. All right. Oh, let's see. Tori says editing this will be fun. Jalapeno decks and all. All right, Cameron says, I want to give a big shout out to JC Wilson of Harold, Florida on picking up the third straight win in Crate 602 at Tri-County Speedway. He has a lot of Crate Insider parts in the car and help it make it faster and finish first.
Well, good for him.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for being a customer. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about coming up. We're not getting a lot of questions. Anybody who has a tech question, feel free to drop it in.
Yeah, I mean, we're just like randomly talking now. So.
Yeah, we are.
Because we got to do like another shot here before long. So.
Oh, do we?
Probably should.
Well, there's lots of vodka and there's lots of pickles, and now I'm hearing raindrops. Raindrops.
Well, there you go.
But they're not going to fall on our head because we've got to cover.
No, we got the cover.
But I'll tell you what I got to tell you what I'm excited about coming up.
What?
The Street Stock. I think it's Street Stock Nationals that are coming up at Cherokee Speedway
Next weekend.
On June 25th through the 27th.
Is it next weekend or the following
June
weekend?
25th through the 27th. I don't know days right now.
Today is the...
Well, today's the 14th. So tomorrow's the 15th, so it's not going to be this week. It's going to be the following weekend. And the Street Stocks are going to be at Cherokee, and of course we sponsor that division at Crate Insider. And they're going to be there for Thursday practice,
and you're
Friday
like trophy
qualifying.
girl.
Well, I bought. I went full NASCAR on that.
You totally bought into being the trophy
girl.
I
bought my way to victory lane. I went full NASCAR on that. No, it's. I mean, what's cool about that is just the idea of, really trying to support that division. We have a lot of street stock racers, and in fact, just doing a lot more to support that division. In the fact that me and your son Alex went to the Race Logic Chassis School for the street stock division.
Yep. Down in Mississippi, right?
Alabama.
Alabama.
To high roller race cars with Justin McCree. We flew into Birmingham. Yep, that was an interesting experience. And we filmed that whole deal, so you can go to racelogic.vip and sign up for that street stock class. But we had, some heavy hitters in there. We had Ben Baker talking about lots of different things. Ben's brilliant when it comes to that. Dave Hammond for chassis setup, and Justin McCree and Kevin DuPont.
Well, he was like doing a lot of chassis setup stuff, wasn't he? McCree was.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he's like a total badass.
McCree is, and he's seriously like the nicest guy,
Crate
too.
Racing USA street stock thing, he's like probably one of the,
he's really
at the top of the game.
Yeah. If there's like one guy, like you're the crate engine guy, and if there's like the street stock guy, it's going to be Justin McCree.
Right.
I think. Kevin DuPont's brilliant. Dave continues to come up with new stuff. Mm-hmm. So, it's really cool to work with such an amazing team. And then we've got that class we did online, experiment.
Right.
First time. And I feel really good about that.
Yep.
So you can still buy that class, by the way. Thought I'd do that. Oh, and Chris is saying, I thought your number one help was Alex. It was until they stole him from me.
Your number one help or my number one help?
Mine.
Yours?
Yeah. Well, Alex did used to help me.
I did have to steal him. Yeah, actually.
He helps me on Top 5 Tuesday. That's the one day of the week that I get him. Otherwise, he went to the shop, and that's why I needed a new assistant, and that's why I hired Tori.
I had an employee who had the easiest job in the world, and then he decided he wanted to go work at a hard job. So then I had Alex. I had to commandeer Alex.
Yeah, but he gets to hang out with the race car every day and
there's that.
Do that. Yeah, so there's that. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh, we do have a couple questions here.
Okay.
Oh, so first of all, we got Peter from Vermont. Peter, I don't recognize your name. You're new here, so welcome to our show. I'm so glad you could be here. If you got a question, drop that in. Oh, Christopher's actually asking, what are we drinking? I'm drinking a Bloody Mary made with Russian Standard. You are drinking Stella Artois.
Yep.
And
we're about to do a shot here in a minute.
We're going to do a shot. Well,
anyways,
you pour the shots. I'm gonna say whatever the next question is.
Yep.
All right. So Cameron asks, what is the best choice of wire size for connecting all of your gauge components and supplying power to motor from the battery?
For what kind of distributor and stuff? If you're running an HEI, it needs to be no less than number 10. For me, gauge panels and stuff like that, it can be pretty small wire. it could be 8 or whatever. It's not a big deal. 8, 6, whatever. It doesn't have to be a big deal.
Run what you brought?
No, as far as who looks at gauges?
Drivers do, don't they? I don't know. I look at a gauge when I'm going down the highway.
Maybe older, experienced drivers look at gauges, but these young kids nowadays, I got 2 gauges in my kid's car. You know why? Because he's not going to look at them. So I'm more worried about an idiot light than I am about a gauge.
Okay, well then what size wire do you use on your idiot lights? Is it a -6 wire?
I'd actually have to.
It's not a -6.
I'd actually have to ask my brother.
It's millimeters.
Yeah, because
you're not the wiring guy.
I am not a competent wiring guy. I am just not an auto electric guy. Now, but what I can say is bare minimum, if you're running a stupid HEI, which does not belong in a race car, but some people have to run it, then bare minimum number 10.
Can we talk about rules for a minute?
Sure.
Because, it's right up there. I've honestly had more rules discussions this week about rules that make 0 sense. And it's right up there with, panicked drone laws. Everything's going to be about drone laws today, because I'm going to say that.
Right.
But, let's really examine some of these rule packages, please, for the love of God. Let's look in there why these rules are the way they are. What is it you're really trying to prevent? Because some of these rules are really outdated, and they just don't make sense. They just don't make sense.
Such as
when you're gonna
weight penalty for
whether you're gonna run your power steering off the front or the back. There's 0 difference. 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Difference. That's one example.
Weight penalty for
or
a
just,
single shifter transmission versus a dual shifter transmission.
Well, now we're kind of picking on a particular series, and I know.
Well, I'm not picking on the series. I'm just saying it's like the stupidest shit ever known to man.
Well, the problem is with that, then it really prevents the racers from being able to move up to another level.
Well,
and it makes no sense.
Most people, like, if you're looking at like a 602 late model series, if you're buying a car from somebody, who's it going to be from? It's going to be from a guy with a 604 or a limited or a super or something like that. What does it come with? Mm-hmm. It comes with all this stuff. So why am I going to make this guy go out and spend more money?
Yeah.
To have power steering on the front.
Well, you're going to make him spend more money so you can save him money.
Yeah, there's that.
You know,
to me, it's just ignorant.
Honestly, it's right up there with the. You know what? I went shopping today and saved $200, and it's like, well, how much did you spend? Well, I saved $200.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, you never hear that from
and
me
I mean,
because that's not really my gig.
No, but I mean, you look at like modified series and stuff like header rules. Oh, you know what? Somebody built a header that's more expensive than the next guy, and we're going to ban that all of a sudden. Like in one night. It's total bullshit.
I know. It ends up just being...
you know what?
Very political.
Race car drivers spend money.
Yes.
They spend money on what they want to spend money on. So let them spend it where they want to spend it. End of story. That's my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree. So, actually, this is a very good question. Brad is asking us. He says, am I wasting my money with VP 110 on a 604? I'm just starting out racing. So...
what is your fuel rule? And I'll tell you.
Right. So Brad, if you would jot in there your fuel rule, but this always gives us a good chance. I don't think we can talk about this enough times, Steve, about when we really go down the list of fuels about what you would run, you know. So for instance, I know that you would say if it's open and you could run any fuel you wanted.
Methanol.
To
obviously.
run methanol.
Correct.
Yep, because it's going to be the coolest fuel. It's going to be cheapest out of all of them. But east of the Mississippi, we tend to not be able to run that one. Your next choice is generally going to be oxygenated, but you've had an affinity for E85 here recently.
Well, it's not recent. I mean, we did this shit years ago with E85, but E85 has come a lot further than what it was, I'm going to say, 12 years ago.
Well, and let's be very clear, the E85 we're talking about is like an X85 from VP or
Correct.
A true E85, not the fake E85 you can buy from the gas pump.
We're talking like quality ethanol here, not shit ethanol.
Well, and you know, I guess it really depends on what you're going to do with the other 15%. I mean, because, you know, ethanol is 100% would be
right.
You can't run that. So
right.
So what it's cut with on that other 15%.
Well, I see a lot of rules nowadays, and this is like another one of those stupid rules. We're going to make a rule to make a rule. And
we're going to make a rule because somebody's a whiny little Karen is why we're going to make a rule.
Well, you got like a bunch of Karens out there. So, anyways, you end up with a rule that says, "Oh, no oxygenated race gas, but you can run E85."
What is E85?
Does anyone know what kind of like ignorant shit that is?
They don't.
So, here's the thing: if you cannot run oxygenated race gas, and your other option is E85, if you're running E85, you're gonna kick the shit out of the dudes running the non-oxygenated race gas. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. I mean, it's like, because you know what? Ethanol is an oxygenating agent. So.
And he's running the Carolina Lightning late model. I'm not
familiar with that.
I'm not either, so I'm throwing in a question here about that.
I still want to know what the fuel rule is.
Well, that's what I just put it. I just replied to the question. I mean, of course, we're having a conversation here.
Is that like an asphalt series or something?
It must be Carolina, and I'm not going to be able to hit the fuel rule. I mean, I can't really like do a web search. I could,
right.
but I
mean, it's like somebody's like posting.
Okay, yeah, and I just said, what are your fuel options? He's gonna let us know on that. But,
yeah, I mean,
let's run through that. If you can run, okay, so you can't run methanol. We know that. Carolina, we know you already can't run methanol.
Correct.
Because it's east of Mississippi.
Right.
So therefore, if you can run something like a CHP or you can run a VP CHP, or you can run a
X85 or whatever. Here's what I can tell you. We actually did a back-to-back test this last Thursday with Dylan Brown, who's one of my good customers who races in Gaffney, South Carolina. multiple
Is he
time
going to be
track
okay
champion.
with you giving his information?
No. I mean, we're just. I mean, I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. But I'm
Okay.
going to give it out because we actually did this, and we did everything back to back. And here's what I can tell you: like the X85 VP or the E85 that Renegade makes is good stuff. Now, like if you go with like the CHP, it's going to essentially produce the same power. Hang on, we got to like plug the phone in here. It's going to produce the same power, the CHP, I mean, as what the X85 or the. Hang on.
Okay.
It's going to produce the same power as what like the X85 or the Renegade E85 makes. I mean, within a few within a few horsepower.
All the 85s are pretty close in on
what I
each
can
other.
tell you is, after we did a bunch of testing this last Thursday, is the Renegade Ratman 108 Elite is garbage. Do not run that. It is garbage.
Okay.
We're talking literally 20 horsepower difference between their E85 and the X85 from VP.
Okay. All right. So we do have someone here that we can kind of talk about this more generally. We have someone here who is running I just saw it too. Just no alcohol is what Brad says.
No alcohol.
So just
that's
no
the
alcohol.
That's the only rule.
If that's the only rule, then what are you going to recommend? If he's already got the VP 110, he can probably get the VP CHP.
Oh my God, yeah. If you've got if your only rule is no alcohol, then you need to be on either a really highly oxygenated race gas, meaning CHP, or something like X85 from VP or E85 that Renegade.
Well, he's already a VP guy because he runs the VP.
Okay,
110.
well X85.
So X85
Absolutely.
would be
now
you would recommend that over CHP at this point?
Like in the summertime, yeah.
Okay.
In the wintertime, or like if you're racing in a really cool environment, I mean the CHP and the X85 are going to basically run the same back to back on the dyno. But what I would recommend is, wait, hang on, where are we at?
Just no alcohol.
No alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to recommend is 110 is like garbage.
Well, except we're going to get into that in a second here because.
Well, no, 110 is like total garbage. I mean, 110 does not belong in any crate engine at all. So I would either run, if you have to stick with race gas because you have a carburetor that's like a race gas carburetor and you don't want to spend extra money to buy another carburetor, then run CHP.
Okay. So we're going to switch from 110, we're going to switch it over to CHP.
Correct.
Because the E85 does require a different carburetor.
Completely.
Okay. All right, so that's Brad's question.
Correct.
But now we have Jake, who runs a 602 in a USRA B mod, and they're not allowed to run oxygenated fuel. What is your opinion on a good fuel to run?
Anything that is from 95 to about 102 octane.
So you're going to go against the... Well, you know, we've got...
110 does not belong in any of these engines.
Okay. But you know what? We've got some friends down in Texas. I mean, if you're in a USRA B mod, you're probably more closer to that Texas region. What are those guys that have the Sunoco fuel? That's the...
It's like a 96.
98?
It's like a
I think it's
98
a
or
98?
96, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a Sunoco fuel. That's pretty good
Is
stuff.
it Lone Star, maybe?
I think it's Lone Star, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even something we sell
Right.
here, but I think it's Lone Star Fuels, and I'm going to make sure that you're in camera here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like... But 110 does not belong in any crate engine.
Okay.
I mean, you're losing power if you're running 110. Now, there are certain scenarios, like if I go up north to, let's say, Rush Country, and if I'm running a Rush late model, I'm going to run the 110 because their other option is a 91.
No, it's...
And
yeah, is it a 91 or 93?
It's a 91, and I do not trust the 91 in the middle of the summer.
Okay.
So, in that scenario, then I would recommend the 110. Are you making maximum power? No, you're not. But are you getting, consistent performance? Yes, you are. So,
Yeah. All right, Ken's got a great point here. He said, racing rules are like gun rules.
I agree with that.
Hashtag nailed it, Ken.
From a big 2A guy right here, I agree 100% with that.
Yep. Okay, so Jerry says, question about a 602 crate.
Yeah.
Been told to run 5,600 RPM because of peak horsepower and torque. Others say 6,200. What does Steve think and why?
On a 602?
Yeah.
We turn ours a max of 64.
Yeah.
I mean, they're falling on their face like at 5,400 RPM. So you're using that extra 1,000 to like kind of get you in straight away.
Okay. But but we don't really use a 6,400 chip on an MSD box.
What?
6,400 chip.
Yeah. On a 602, yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not 5,600 or 6,200. We're using a 6,400 chip.
Now, most of my guys that are going fast and winning a lot of races in like 602s, and I mean, this is like normally late models, they're turning them like 62, 63.
Okay.
So.
All right, we got another one. Senior Motorman, what did you think about the square tube header that they banned in 07 in the Crate Racing series, in the Crate Racing Performance
I
series?
think it was a complete joke and a waste of time anyway, so I don't care whether they banned it or not. It did nothing.
Gotcha.
That's just one of them things that, you know, it's like the square tube racing chassis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, Brad's asking, is CHP more expensive than 110? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Quite a bit more.
But X85 isn't as expensive. It's a lot
No,
less
X85, I mean, like, I assume it depends on where you live, but like here...
This is the same guy that's in Carolina, just can't run alcohol.
Okay, well, here in North Carolina, like, if you get it from Bobby Taylor Racing, it's like...
Yeah, instead of me.
It's
Thanks
like,
a lot. Appreciate that.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. It's like $225 for a drum, so...
Well, and he says he runs the Willie's carb, so you can also have Willie...
You can have Willie convert that to E85 for you, and you'll be good to go.
Yep. And Jake, he's in southeast Kansas, so it would be... He has a local VP dealer that would be convenient to get fuel from. He's the one in the USRA series.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Wow, we got like a windstorm going on here.
Might actually get some thunder and lightning.
Yeah. You never know. We never know. And yeah, any other questions, go ahead and drop them in. And
are we going to do like vodka?
You know, that's all you, babe. Yep. Yeah, because my drink is almost done, so you just like getting me drunk because that way I get riled up.
You get pretty animated when you're...
I'm pretty animated just as a human. We don't need to go to the top. That's good. I get pretty animated as a human about almost anything, but no, this will just put me out. I'll be taking a nap.
Gonna knock you the hell out?
Oh yeah, 7 o'clock. I'll be out.
Mama's gonna knock you out. What was that song?
I'm gonna knock you out. All right, we're gonna have another one of our Pops Pickles here.
Yep.
Pops Pickles with vodka, with Russian Standard vodka, since we're celebrating freedom in America.
That's like a big old thick ass pickle.
Thick ass pickle.
Thick ass pickle.
All right. Cheers. Cheers to all the people out there.
Shut. Went down my front.
All right. Oh, we got this question. Anthony is asking, have you tested the CHP Plus? Is there a difference between it and CHP?
Yes, there is. All right, so CHP Plus is pretty much something me and my brother came up with. And it's CHP with M5 methanol in it. And it, it's probably worth 10 horsepower, 10 foot-pounds of torque, but your fuel system maintenance goes up like exponentially.
Well, and it's a good chance of detonating your engine as well.
Well, I mean, you have to be on a dyno to like make shit work. I mean, you're not gonna like randomly go like, hey, I'm running 110 and then go with CHP Plus.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. But yeah, no, it's a good combination if it's legal to run it in your area. Most things we do now, it's not legal to run.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like burping like a son of a bitch now.
And Mikey says, no questions on his mind, just living the quarantine dream, bottoms up. So cheers to you. Cheers to you, Mikey.
Cheers.
And congratulations, Mikey, because you became one of the finalists in the Daytona 1 D1 Challenge, which we're doing there'll be a brand new whole thing tomorrow as soon as I, create it.
As soon as you create it.
No, it's like the deal is done. I just have to figure out all the software that goes with it to run a new contest.
Oh,
so, so yeah, I'm just going to magically make that happen.
Make shit happen.
I'm gonna be Kate doing Kate things tomorrow.
Are you gonna remember to post a video for the Racing Rewind thing tomorrow?
Yeah, well,
Because you forgot Friday.
It's not that I forgot. You want to know what I was doing?
What were you doing?
My taxes for 2019. So my accountant called.
It's
And
no
he's
excuse.
He's like, Kate, I don't have your stuff. Well, if you'd like to, you're welcome to learn how to edit video anytime. Anytime there is an open seat for you to learn how to do video.
I thought that's what your hot assistant Tori was for.
She does that too, but I do all of the Racing Rewind stuff.
Oh.
I do the Racing Rewind stuff.
All right.
So the buck stops here. I did it all or I did not do it all. And yeah, you need to bring some more videotapes over so I can digitize them. No. P.S.
Or
by
get
the
more
way,
people to send them in, because you had one this
I
last
did,
week that
I did.
sent one in. So
if you guys have any old races from the 80s, 90s, or 2000s that is
we're talking early 2000s.
Yeah. If you have
80s,
anything that
70s, I don't care.
Whatever. Old videos, especially if they're on VHS tapes, we have a whole separate channel called Racing Rewind. I mean, we just do it for fun. I think it's just a passion project.
Right.
And you know what? I just wasn't feeling the passion on Friday, apparently. No, I forgot. I was busy. I was Kate doing Kate things. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. So yeah, I totally slacked. I suck.
I know. Yeah.
I suck. I suck, and I do videos where my titties aren't out.
Exactly.
And I'm not even that hot. So
there you go. See?
That's what it was. I was crying in my Bloody Mary about how not hot I am.
And your titties weren't out, and you did a shitty video.
I know, and I don't have a high school education, according to The Truth About Africa. So
that's right.
There's that. All right. Okay.
Neither do I.
Yeah, you suck. All right. Who offers the best 602 carb out there at this time?
Whew.
Honestly, it depends on where you're at and what kind of fuel you run.
Yeah.
David Smith does an amazing job for this stuff in the South. You guys have a 602 carburetor.
We do.
And if we're talking about a 4-barrel, if that's what we're talking about, I mean, Willie's got a great carburetor. So it's like...
Stealth
has it. I mean, I'm not even a Stealth dealer, but I'm going to say that Stealth has a good carburetor as well. I think there's multiple right answers to this one. There's lot
of right answers to it.
There's no best one that everybody else sucks and that this is the one best one.
I mean, the one that I would go with is the one you have the best customer service with.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Just call and see if they answer the phone.
Correct.
Unless you're talking to me, because then I will do my best to answer the phone.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
don't always
if you got a carburetor guy and he answers the phone, that's like your next best friend next to your shot guy that actually answers the phone.
Yep.
So
two best things. Okay, thickness of carb spacer on a 604. Okay,
Sorry?
are we? Scott is asking for the thickness of a carb spacer on a 604. Should we answer it together? All right.
No. I'll let you do it.
2.
I'll let you do it because you already know my opinion.
3. I think we should do it together.
Go ahead.
5/8 inch. 604 carb spacer from HVH is our favorite.
It's our favorite because what it does is it produces like a little bit more low end torque. So we're not talking like 20 foot-pounds. We're talking like 3 or 4. But like you sacrifice nothing on the top end. So to me, my number one go-to is the HVH 5/8 carb spacer.
Okay, I got another one for you. So James asks.
Unless.
Oh, there's always an unless.
Unless we're talking about the new base plate stuff that I've been working on with Willie, or Willie developed, and I've been working on with him, and we've got about 3 or 4 carburetors out there right now that got like the small Venturi, the small base plate deal. Then it's a totally different answer, but we'll go with this one.
Well, yeah, that's the for now, not the experimental.
Well, I mean, this is like all kind of stuff that's good. It's coming out probably like.
You're not prematurely promoting, are you?
I'm prematurely promoting. Fucking vodka. I'm prematurely promoting. Yeah, like probably PRI 2021.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not a fan of prematurely promoting, by the way. Just saying, as a girl,
we've got
not liking prematurely promoting.
He and I have got some guys running this stuff, and because I can't sell it if it doesn't work on the racetrack.
Well, yeah, you got to prototype.
The dyno says one thing, the racetrack says another thing. So we got some guys like running this shit right now, and yeah, I'll just leave it there.
Alrighty. What timing? James asks, what timing degree do you suggest to run on a 602 down south?
Again, depending on the fuel, anywhere from 34 degrees is like always safe. Beyond that, we had one on the dyno Friday that made I think it was about 5 more horsepower and about 7 more foot-pounds of torque at like 37 degrees versus 34.
But you need to find that on a dyno, don't you?
If you're not on a dyno, please don't do this. Do not go over 34.
And Ken's asking what spark plugs we're gonna go with our NGKs and our Autolites for now, unless you're going with the other E85. You got a new spark plug you like.
AR94 Autolite or R5724-8 NGK.
Yep.
In pretty much every application, regardless of what fuel you're running. Yeah, we've got a different plug that we're playing around with right now on E85, but we dynoed it, like, again with my buddy Dylan Brown the other day, and that did not work.
Okay. On
his application.
Gotcha.
So.
All right, David is asking, was there a list for the finalists? Daytona 1 posted something on Friday, and so posted those up and just announced their weekly winners there. And so Jerry asked, Steve, if we've been running 110 Sunoco and changed to VPCHP, running 64 jets in a 500 CFM Holly, how many jet sizes should I jet up? Honestly, I think you should call your carburetor guy. I'm just going to preempt that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
especially in a 500 CFM, that's going to be a 2-barrel carburetor.
It's a 2-barrel, yeah. I don't know what he's done to the metering block. I don't know. There's like so many variables there. It's impossible to answer. My first inclination would be go up 5 jet sizes and you'll be all right.
Okay.
But again, I don't know what he's done to the metering block and the body.
Yeah. So complicated. I just sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, and that's like one of the number one questions I get like every day is like, hey, what do I need to like go to this fuel or that fuel? I can't tell you. Honestly, I don't know. And it's like whoever did your carburetor, honestly, the carburetor guy should know and should be able to tell you.
Yeah.
I can't because I just don't know where you're at.
Okay, so now
if it's one of our carburetors, I can tell you exactly. Or my brother can, because he's the one that builds our carburetors.
Right.
But I can't tell you.
Okay, so Mike says, so some say it's a waste of money to use a front drive fuel pump over block mount. We're running methanol.
If you're running methanol, in my opinion, you should always have a belt drive fuel pump.
Okay.
100%. Most people are going to run it off the back, not off the front. So, I would definitely have a belt drive pump.
And James is asking about timing, and he's running the no E85. So, still, you'd be at 34 degrees on the timing.
Yeah, I mean, don't go over 34 unless you get it on a dyno.
Yep. Okay, what are your thoughts on an Iridium plug? 604 on an E85. This is Philip asking this question.
That's what we're messing around with right now on the E85 stuff is the Iridium plug. And what was that number? It was like a XP 104?
I think it is. I mean, I'm going to look in my, I'm going to consult the text message goodness right now.
I think it's an XP 104 is what we're using in like an Autolite Iridium plug.
Autolite XP 104.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have them yet, but I will as soon as you really give me that's the final answer.
Now, I mean, we're still kind of like out on that whole recommendation.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to tell you the next question.
Okay.
Next question, Mikey says, uh-oh, I've got a question.
Okay.
Says,
Oh.
I've always run the NGK plugs. Guys at the track say brisk plugs are nothing. Your opinions on them? 602 crate on pump gas. Should we tell this story?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead. You start it off.
Okay. So one of your engine builder friends said, you know what?
My friend Jason Orr. So 955 Automotive up north. Jason contacted me and we share shit all the time. And we're like back and forth and like we're really good friends.
Yeah.
And Jason's like, hey, I saw a couple of horsepower on, dynoing this shitty Rush fuel with the brisk plug.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, well, shit. Maybe I need to freaking try it on what we're running down here.
And by the way, for anybody who's not familiar with these, our NGK plugs are $22.32 for a set. Brisk plugs are $100 plus. So
I told Jason, I said,
send us a set.
Send me a set of plugs that you think is going to work on what we're doing down here with the fuel we're running. And he did.
And he put me in contact with the brisk guy.
Correct. And Jason put her in like direct contact with his brisk salesman, all that stuff. And we're like, we tried it out and it didn't do anything for us.
No.
No, I
nothing.
mean, maybe in that application up there, it was like, because I don't have the capabilities to try what he's doing up there.
Right.
Versus what we're doing down here, because,
Right.
totally different world.
So I reached out to Brisk, well, between the two of us, because then it gets
Correct.
super technical about, like, heat ranges and all this other crap. So in those conversations, it was like, oh, well, you're running the wrong heat range. Okay, well, NGK plugs, I don't care what kind of fuel you're running, it works.
Right.
So he tells us we're running the wrong heat ranges. I said, okay, well, fine, send us a couple more sets. You'll put them on the dyno.
Correct.
We'll try it out. And once we find the one that works, we'll promote the ever-living hell out of it.
Yep.
And they told me that they wanted to charge me for those plugs, even though we're providing the dyno time, and once it works, Crate Insider is going to spend the thousands of dollars in advertising value to get this out to the world.
Promote that.
To
And
promote
so am
them.
I.
And you're going to do it. So when they said that it was going to be $200 or $300 for me to test out, because what am I going to do with spark plugs that we tested? Nothing. So if you don't want to provide products, if you don't want to at least put a little bit of skin in the game and provide spark plugs that we can test so we can find out if they're good, when your first round that I did pay for was junk, and if you don't want to provide the thing that you think is going to work that I can promote, I got nothing for you. So I'm going to continue to promote my NGKs and my Aero 94s.
Well, because they work.
Because we know they work, and they work in every single scenario, and I don't have to tell my customers that they're running the wrong plug for the wrong fuel and all this other stuff.
Correct.
I know that those NGKs will work whether you're running pump gas, whether you're running E85, whether you're running
Correct.
CHP, whether you're running VP110.
And the
those will work.
outlets. And
Those will work.
Yep.
So, if you have to be that technical with the brisk plugs, they don't have that much value for me.
No, what I can tell you though is like the E3 shit, it sucks balls. Do not run E3. It's garbage.
We got good advertising though.
Well, they got great advertising,
Yeah.
but
Because I get enough of those contacts.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Should I run the E3s? Because they got like a banner at the track.
Yeah.
Should I run the E3s? No! Don't run the E3s, they're junk.
They got a pretty green banner,
I will green banner you, and I don't know, it's starting to rain now.
It is. It's getting pretty
It
rainy.
is, and we're going to grill, and I got a Pippi at my feet. I think Pippi wants to make a personal appearance here.
So like licking your toes and shit.
Pippi, well, he was saying hi. Pippi wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi, Pippi?
Nope.
Pippi does not want to say hi. Pippi sees that it's raining outside. He wants no part of that. He's going to go back inside. So my cats go inside and outside.
Right.
So did you do anything to break the law today?
No.
Just me.
Only you did.
Just me.
Yeah.
Trying to fly my drone. I broke
Yeah.
the law. Okay. Let's see. Ken says, I have a racetrack you can sponsor, Kate. Offer no support to your dollar deal. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go with a hard no on that.
That's like half the racetracks approach you for sponsorship, isn't it?
Oh my God. Yeah. I get into it with some people. I do. I go ahead and let them, I give them enough rope to hang themselves.
Right.
I mean, it's not like I don't want to help out. I've been very pleased with Cherokee Speedway, I have to say. I mean, they've done a great job, of putting the Crate Insider name out there. They've really announced it in the announcements. They've, put it out in the drivers' meeting. I'm in the victory lane, and we do things. It's a partnership. It's a way to promote them and they promote me.
They do have a false Facebook page.
Well, that's a Facebook group, and that's not really Cherokee Speedway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might want to like talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm a couple of drinks in, and so I've already been riled up today.
They got basically a fake Facebook page that promotes people other than who promotes Cherokee.
Well, it's not a page. It's a group, and you get a lot more connection with a group than you do, but it's really not the official Cherokee Facebook page. So always follow the Cherokee Facebook page. Of course, we've got the Street Stocks coming up on June 25th through the 27th. Really looking forward to that.
Are you going to be Trophy Girl?
I'm gonna own the Trophy Girl position. like the Trophy Girl is not, well, all fat Kate of me. I mean, there'll be probably some comment like, why is there a fat Trophy Girl? I'll be like, whatever, bite me. I bought it. You know what? You buck up the money, you can be Trophy Girl too. So George is asking what we're drinking. We were drinking beer, and I was drinking a Bloody Mary. But we're almost out of drinks.
Fucking empty.
It's raining, so it's about time for us to wrap up.
Are we good?
I think we're good. Good.
Sure?
Yes. Yeah, we don't have any more questions. So we have answered all of the questions.
All right.
We've gotten all the drama out of the way. And
what was like your drama?
And also, I'm fighting for my Southern friends.
Rebel flag.
I don't give a shit. Honestly, I mean, for me, it's not a thing, but I feel really, really bad for them. But I mean, the message there, though, is if I've got a bunch of guys who run crate engines, that's my customers, and I'm not going to start shoving go-karts down their throats. And that's what NASCAR has decided to do.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
they have absolutely no idea. They're so disconnected from their audience.
Ultimately, I don't care. I mean, fly a flag, don't fly a flag. I'm not good with it. So.
Okay, so James says, I am the hottest Trophy Girl. And Tori says, my drama is your drama.
Oh, there you go. When are you taking Tori to Gaffney, by the way?
Anytime. If I can steal her away on a Saturday night, I will take Tori to Gaffney. Mark my words. Anytime, Tori, you can go with me and hang out.
You have to warn her husband she's coming back like red though.
Well, and Terry can come with us too.
Yeah.
And the kids. We can make it a whole family night. We can have a family night at the racetrack for the Radfords. Absolutely. So Tori and the Radford family, you are. Oh, Tori says she is so down. Yep, we just need to find a Saturday night that Terry's off, and we'll get the whole family out there.
Next weekend.
Sure.
Alex, my kid's racing next weekend.
Yep,
so
Alex will be racing.
Let's go do that.
So, yep, let's do it. Let's make it happen. It'll be good. I'm sure the rain is probably impacting our show right now.
It's like the audio is probably shit right now. Cause
yeah, that's rain. It's really not we're not shooting guns or anything because we're in town right now. But
we could be.
Yeah, so we are going to wrap up. And, of course, Mikey's asking me, you'll see me Tuesday.
Do what?
Mikey's asking, he says, have a great day, Kate. Hopefully see you Tuesday. And Steve, keep being awesome, my friend.
Oh, well.
Anthony says, where would you start to try to ask someone to be a sponsor? Hey, Anthony, check out, I have a whole nother Facebook page called Winning Motorsports Marketing. I have a group over there. Join us over there. We talk about some of those things. I talk about a lot of those things. I have a whole program that's all based on about getting sponsorship, but Winning Motorsports Marketing, and check that out.
Trust me, dude, I mean, I could have been in
NASCAR.
As high as it could be right now, and I had no clue how to do this shit. And she will teach you how to do it.
Well, Alex has been very successful.
Well, I mean, there's been plenty of people who've been very successful.
Very much so.
And if I had her teaching back then, it would have been a total game changer. I'm not going to say that you join her class and you're, going to be the next Dale Earnhardt. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you've got the potential to learn how to get money coming into your cause, which is the hardest thing I ever struggled with, which was to convince people to give me money for shit I like to do.
Yep. You can do it. Jay's in my program, and feel free to join us in that free Facebook group. You can check it out and join us there. And of course, I do have a paid program as well, and definitely help you out there. So, thank you all for being here. I think we'll wrap up.
We're like drinking more vodka, right?
We're gonna drink more vodka. We got to put some food with this vodka, though.
Really?
Yeah, we do. We do.
Man.
There's food involved. Yep, there's gonna be food because there's good food here. So. Awesome. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you all on Tuesday on Top 5 Tuesday. And if you're listening on the podcast, check out some of our other episodes on the RacingInsidersPodcast.com. See you next time.